I just don't understand why we waited until now to get this upgrade. How's it going, guys? Josh here with Trax and today we are bringing you part 5 in the Bash project series. For today's upgrade, we will be installing Trax's blue aluminum caps on the shocks. This is a must-have upgrade for any Traxxas cars really that come with plastic shock caps because they will pop off all the time. Now before we start installing the blue aluminum shock caps, we just want to invite you guys over to check out our website. Click the link down below in the description and it will take you to our website, and there we have reviews on all of our RC cars, including this one and other ones that we have featured on our channel. There you can also buy Trax RC merchandise and learn general information about us and our channel. You can also check out some of the latest RC news topics that we have for you guys this week, as well as a full list of the best RCs in our opinion. And we do have the build breakdowns page, and that is where you can find a full parts list of all the upgrades that we have installed on every single one of our RCs. As always, if you do visit our website, please give us feedback on it in the comments down below on any one of our videos so that we know what we need to improve on. And yeah, that's pretty much it for our website. Let's just go ahead and start installing these shock caps. For this install, we're going to show you guys how to do one shock because it is the same process for the other 3. So the first thing that we're going to do is remove the 2 screws holding on the shock. There is one right there and one down there. Now we can just pull the shock out of place, and then we're going to start disassembling it. First we have to collapse the spring and then grab the shock cup. Set that off to the side, pull the spring off, and then any spacers that you have on the shock off. Now we're going to loosen the shock cap from the shock, and you can do this just by sticking the driver in it and then rotating it and just screwing it off by hand. Once you take the shock cap off, the bladder will either be inside of it, so you'll have to get it out, or it will be resting on the top of the shock body. So you can go ahead and pull that out. Set the shock off to the side, and now we're going to grab one of the new blue aluminum shock caps. Now I should probably mention that the new shock caps do come with hardware for the top of the shocks, but our hardware is just fine, so we're just going to save those. Now let's just pull the foam out of the case and push out one of the blue shock caps. Oh guys, those things look really nice. So now we're going to grab the bladder and just press it into the shock cap. And then just make sure it's seated right. There we go. And then we're going to take the shock and screw it right back on. So now we're just going to grab any shock spacers that we had, slide those on first, and then the top retainer for the spring, slide that on, followed by the spring itself, and then the lower perch. And then that's one shock complete. Now we can grab the RC and then line the shock up and then reinstall the 2 screws that hold it in place. And after you install that shock, one is done, and now we can do the other 3. It's the exact same process. Now that we have the other 3 shocks complete, we are done with this install. Something that I found in the rear shocks when I went to replace the shock caps on those is that there weren't any bladders. I didn't know that, and I guess that explains why the rear shocks on this RC always leak, because we never had a bladder installed. So we definitely added a bladder in there, so hopefully that stops them from leaking now. Now early on in this video we mentioned that the shock caps were a very long overdue upgrade for this RC. And we have another upgrade in this video that is also very overdue, and that would be new hinge pins. We're not going to swap out all the hinge pins because we only need 2 from this set. And we only need 2 because originally when we built this RC, we actually built it from spare parts that we have acquired over the years. And when we put it together, we didn't have the correct hinge pin that holds the steering block to the caster block. So every time we get into a crash, it just breaks from the steering block like that. And then the tire's all crooked and we have to pop it back in. It's a super easy fix, but it just gets really annoying. So we finally decided to get the hinge pin that we need. So the pin that we have installed right now into this truck is this one right here, and what we should have installed is this one. As you can see, this one is quite a bit longer, so that is going to keep these two parts intact. And as for all these other pins, we're just going to keep these for spare parts. So I'm going to go ahead and install these new pins into the steering block and caster block. That's super easy. All you have to do is remove the tire, which we've already done, and then you just simply remove the pin, put the new one in, and then repeat the same process for the other side. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So we're done installing the new hinge pins, and we should have just done that a long time ago. And same with the shock caps, definitely an overdue upgrade, but we're glad that we have these installed. So that's all that we have for you guys in this video. We hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time on Trax RC.